You're doing swell, Cher. Just a few more steps. I know portal travel can be nauseating. It took me a long time to acclimatize to it. Okay, one last step and we are out! Welcome back once again to New Orleans. Now that Mardi Gras is over, the festival season has ended. Yes, this is an alley. And from the overripe stench of that dumpster over there, I'd say today is trash pickup. Rest assured, this location serves a purpose. It grants us covert admission to this realm. I must say, we couldn't make nearly such a furtive arrival if we appeared on, say, Canal Street. The living typically react poorly to demons appearing before them, so we have to recourse to cloak-and-dagger tactics before we can move around unhampered. And with a little smoke and mirrors glamour, voila! We're a pair of unassuming humans. Oh, goodness, you're as cute as a button, Cher. With this transformation out of the way, we can commence our promenade. I promised you a relaxing walk through New Orleans to show you that the city is so much more than Bourbon Street and Mardi Gras. And now, give me your hands, darling, and off we trot. Yes, this is the French Quarter of Royal Street, to be precise. It's 1 block south of where we were during the festival. Curio shops, museums, bars, and cafes line these narrow roads mainly. The French Quarter is undoubtedly the crown jewel of the city and the oldest neighborhood in New Orleans. It's surprisingly small, only 13 city blocks. But what magic these few streets hold! 300 years of history whisper through these buildings. You only need to listen. Actually, I lived over in the Garden District, but that's a little distance from here. Yes, live music is a common occurrence here. On any given day, musicians and performers pack nearly every street corner. This very ground is steeped in a rich musical heritage and is the very birthplace of jazz. Music is as intrinsic here as breathing. New Orleans definitely has its own flavor. It's a blend of so many cultures that it's developed a uniquity absent from many other towns. Adventure is guaranteed here, whether you seek it or happen upon it by chance. And with my incessant yapping, I have failed to notice that we have arrived at our destination. Behold, Jackson Square, a stunningly manicured park that dates back to the 18th century. In its inception, it was known as Place d'Armes. It's a peaceful slice of tranquility where I frequently visited whenever I was stressed. I find the perfume that drifts from the rose bushes very settling. Yes, so many birds. I believe they too grow weary of the clamor and seek out this refuge. That church is St. Louis Basilica. Very picturesque and imposing placements, especially when there were public executions here. A grim history concealed by a flawless facade. Yes, there are many couples that flock here. It's a prime romantic spot in the city. I imagined that if I ever married, it would be at the Basilica. Alas, I never met anyone who captured my heart during my lifetime. Oh, 'twas a simple glance I gave you, nothing more. Forgive me for prying, but were you ever married? I see. Well, I suppose I was never the marrying type. You know, workaholic, local celebrity, a radio host by day, and the New Orleans mutilator by night. No, I can never settle down, let alone find someone who would tolerate me, and someone who I could tolerate. I never contemplated romance much. It was as if I wasn't built for it. Anyway, I saw its destructive side and what it could do to people. It stripped them of sensibilities, leaving a lovesick shell. I had more important affairs that demanded my time. Oh, come on. If love hasn't happened to me by now, it never will. Have you ever fallen in love? Never mind, you needn't answer such a personal question. The whole concept is quite a mystery to me. Not one that I lose sleep about. But it does awaken my curiosity. Just a bit. What? That body of water up ahead? That's the Mississippi River, the widest river in the U.S. Tens of thousands of gallons flow per second. Would you like to get closer? We'll have to exit the square and cross over to Cater Street, and then the streetcar tracks. All right, stick by me. No, let's not talk about love any further. It's quite prosaic. Gracious, the traffic is wild. I remember when there were a lot less motor cars here. I had a sweet little ride in the form of a convertible Bugatti Royale that I named Tallulah. She cost me $35,000 back in 1927. Purred like a cat, she did. I'd tool around the city with the top down and the wind in my hair. I felt invincible, like I would live forever. In a way, death has permitted me to live forever. But it's lost something. Sure, I'll never age, and I'm practically omnipotent now. But I prefer my past, my glory days. And we have reached our destination, the northwest shore of the Mississippi. I used to drive here every Friday after work to catch up on my reading. I found the drone of the river quite dulcifying. Upon some reflection, I've always found myself drawn to bodies of water. Sadly, that's an infrequent luxury in hell, and I do grow a tad restless at times. That portal in my room recharges my psyche. even by simply hearing the lapping of the water. I miss my past, you know. And not all of it, but a healthy portion. What about you? It's funny you say that, because I feel that sometimes. Oh, how dull I must be. My mind wanders like those currents, and I drag you into my sentimentality. It's not fair to you. We're here to have a pleasant time, and not hear me bemoan my lost years. But that roadster Tallulah was really something. Only 6 Royales were ever made. When an item's that rare, it entices me even more to procure it. C'est la vie, I guess. I'm embroiled in this chapter of my life, and I could only move forward. And to that, I say, whatever I face, we do it together. That is, if you wish to accompany me. And I'd be honored if you did. We've faced a tremendous amount together, and have come to know each other so well. I say it's only natural that we can expect each other's companionship in the future. What? No, this is not a marriage proposal. I'm not an indirect person. If I intended to, I would drop to one knee. Take your hand in mine, and affectionately proclaim, "Will you marry me, darling?" No, that was an example. Didn't your parents ever tell you not to eavesdrop? Really? So rest assured, I would ask such a question succinctly, leaving no room for supposition. Huh. I wonder how you'd react. Would you act all flustered and coquettish? Or would you cry from happiness? I pray you wouldn't reject me. Asking that would be something, wouldn't it? Life is certainly one hell of a card game. You think things are unfolding one way, and bam! Something changes your whole perspective. We never know what tomorrow brings. You could be in a certain mindset one week, and a hypocrite the next. I'm no seer, so I can't foresee tomorrow. But facing it with you makes it a lot easier. Come on, let's return home. I've got to start preparing dinner. Oh, you're in for a treat. Tonight on the menu, I've decided to treat you to good old-fashioned bouillabaisse. It's a Louisiana variation of the French seafood soup. I adored the dish growing up and thought it would be nice to share with you. What you want to do is start with 2 pounds of fresh fish, such as grouper or red snapper. Season that generously with salt and cayenne. While it's resting, chop 3 onions, 3 bell peppers, 4 sticks of celery, 10 cloves of garlic minced, 4 tomatoes chopped up, a pound of shrimp, a few bay leaves,